I think that's probably right.
Right now!
Did you just throw the gauntlet down in the middle
Right
of the show?
now!
I did not see the apex of our show coming right that
I
second.
think he's right. I
I
think
just
he's right.
felt it. It just came to me.
I think he's
The
right.
Holy Spirit. Woo!
Hey, welcome back to the Unrestricted. Vex, RC, the Bulldog, Carnahan, and Bob. What's up, dudes?
We're ready to rock, man.
Yeah?
It was a good weekend. There's some upsets. All the games were fucking good.
It was a really good weekend of football up until the last one.
Well,
No, I mean, as football games, that Monday night game wasn't exactly a really good football game to watch.
okay, that's fair. But for Cowboys fans,
For
it
Cowboys
was totally
fans,
awesome.
it was like a jizz fest and an orgasm all rolled into one.
Can I...
The kicker kind of
He did take some shine off of it, didn't he?
took some shine off the money shot.
I thought they were going to go out at half and find somebody out of the stands. Honest to God, I did.
That would have been awesome.
Like, I played a little bit of golf with Jan Stenerud.
Oh, you did?
Do you remember Jan Stenerud?
Old Jan?
I mean, I think he's in the Hall of Fame, for God's sake.
I think he's really good at bocce.
As a matter of fact, I think Jan Stenerud, look this up, Bob. Jan Stenerud, I believe, is the first kicker to ever make the Hall of Fame. And I think he's a member at Dominion. He's got to be closing in on 80. He could have made those extra points.
He is 80,
Yeah.
Nice call.
Is he the first?
and he is not Hall of Fame. He's Green Bay Packers Hall of
Okay.
Fame.
All right. Close enough.
How did he make his way to San Antonio? Just to play golf with you?
That is a great question, and I don't know that answer, to be honest. Yeah. Jan Stenerud.
You need a Stenerud jersey.
98% of our audience has no idea who Jan Stenerud
I think
was.
99.8%.
Okay, it might be worse than
But
that.
Maher kicked 50 out of 53 extra points
He had
in
the
the regular
yips,
season.
bro. He had the yips.
And that's my thought is I was of the position that Dak Prescott has been having the yips. I just think he transferred it to Maher. So who would you rather have the yips, Prescott or Maher?
It's Maher.
There we go.
For sure. But, and as of now, the Cowboys haven't done anything about it. And honestly,
They're not going to.
They're not going
honestly,
to.
I don't think they should. And
No.
I know that that's weird because everybody during that football game was like, get rid of this guy at halftime. Go pull somebody out of the stands. You're cut. Never to play for the Cowboys ever again. I don't think that's the right way to do it. He is a good kicker, like statistically a good kicker. He had an awful game because he had the yips.
He was finding interesting ways to miss. It wasn't like he was missing everything right, then everything left. He hit the bar once.
Every single golfer knows exactly what he felt,
Oh, yeah.
right?
On number one, and you hit it in the tennis courts?
Yeah. You hit it way. Yes. I mean,
Right turn, Clyde.
he missed the first two, like just blocks, dead right.
Mhm.
And the third one, he's like, well, I'm not missing right again. Let me just pull this thing.
Snapper.
Oh, snap hook. I mean,
Snapper.
it was directly
It was golf.
It was totally golf. And every golfer watching was like, oh, God, I know this feeling.
I've been there.
Yeah. Except for, at least you can hit it from out of the woods. Like, you can't go for another extra point from far right. I think you stay with him, honestly. And you just
Well, they're
hope that-
gonna.
You kind of have to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have no choice. You have no choice. And to do anything is to give in to fans. Fans are idiots sometimes when it comes to
Sometimes.
personnel choices.
90%.
Can I ask a question? Can they actually not? Like, don't they have a playoff roster locked in?
I don't know the specifics.
They could
of the
call
rules.
Tanya Harding and take care of that via an injury.
Look that up here in a minute, if you don't mind. I'm not sure. I mean, you can't just bring somebody in out of nowhere in the playoffs, can you? Unless they've been on your practice squad, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how that
They
works.
started the year with 3 kickers,
Oh God.
and then they brought Maher back like September, October.
Yeah.
Because they had some other buffoon with an interesting name. Kickers had the best names.
Oftentimes.
The way the rule works is you're not allowed to trade, which means you can go find some guy who
Off the
hasn't
streets.
off the streets.
Okay.
So right now, the list of top 6 that people are talking about, Rodrigo Blankenship,
Oh yeah.
Oh, he's
I remember
funny.
him.
He has
with
a
the
pretty
glasses.
good quote lately.
Yeah.
Sam
What was his
Ficken.
quote?
His quote was, "All I do is fuck chicks and kick balls."
That's
And if
awesome. I
you
want
see
him.
a picture of him, he's the nerdiest
He's a
looking
dork.
little French fry you've
Yeah.
ever seen.
He looks like a darker version of the Miami head coach.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, way dorkier. Like way dorkier.
Sam Ficken, Austin Siebert, Matt Amendola, Matthew Wright, and James McCourt.
I think you snuck in a couple fake names in there.
Nope. I'm reading on. It's on the internet.
Okay.
I think we
Must be
get
true.
blanket shit.
Honest to God, I think you have to stick with Maher and just hope he gets over the yips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, Too much time on the kicker already. Weirdest thing about that game for the Cowboys in Tampa Bay on Monday night, that was an oddly home crowd for the Dallas Cowboys.
Cowboys
they
fans
travel everywhere.
But that was exceptional. Like, if that game was in Green Bay, ain't no chance you hear Cowboys fans like that. Now, it's Tampa, and they just don't love football like some other places. But
I mean, not to get in the weeds on that game too much, but that Brady interception in the back of the end zone as they were driving and ready to score.
Sure.
Was
he
that
trying
it?
to throw it away?
I have no idea what he was doing.
Did he not see that his guy was double covered?
I think he saw something. I think he saw a ghost.
He saw a
honest to
ghost of
God.
Dwight Clark.
No, guys, he's not that dude anymore. And yeah, I don't think it's
Hang
debatable.
on.
Best ever?
He's
Sure. But he's pedestrian.
okay, fine. He is still, there's still 15 starting quarterbacks in the NFL worse than that guy.
Yeah,
And
but
you're
why
not
would you
supposed
want
to
to
be-
do that?
You're not supposed to be asking a 46-year-old to throw the ball
53
60,
Oh, it was
60
Jesus.
times.
60. I thought it was 66. I thought he
60.
was 35 for 66.
66 times.
Jesus. That's
You're just
insane.
not supposed to do that, okay? And if you're asking Tom Brady to do that, dude, if you're asking anybody
Right.
in the NFL to do that, it's not going to end well. I mean, Mahomes could do it, but he's going to throw a pick, right? I mean, Josh Allen could do it, but he's going to throw multiple picks. That's not what Tom Brady is sticking around for.
And that Dallas defense came out of hibernation.
Hello.
Played
Yeah.
really well.
Remember, we talked about it last week. Like, can we get pressure to Brady? That changes
And
the
pressure up the
dynamics.
middle.
Exactly
That's
where
where
he
he
doesn't
fucks
like
up.
it.
Yep.
Exactly where he doesn't like it. Right up the middle.
Yep.
That's right. And
Because he's so good at stepping into the pocket.
I
But if
see you laughing.
He can't straight down the middle, bud. Because he can't move, so he can't go outside.
That's right.
So when pressure comes, he steps up in the middle. If you can get pressure in the middle, that's his kryptonite.
I thought the Cowboys defense all around played an exceptional game.
They did.
The pressure up front was awesome. The defensive backs behind it were great. And credit to the linebackers, they didn't allow Tom Brady to do the 6-yard pass all game long,
Yeah.
right? I mean, Van Der Esch
Played out of his mind.
was insane. He was like
out possessed.
he was possessed.
Wolf Hunter.
He Dude, he was so good. I am just playing it forward real quick, and we will get, we'll get away from the past and into the future here in a minute, but there's no way Van Der Esch is going to start every down 12 yards deep like he did against Tampa Bay. Like, he just did not respect Tampa Bay's run game. And against San Francisco, that's not where he's going to be.
That's not a
He
recipe
can't
for
be
success.
12 yards deep. He's going to be about 7, right? I mean, he's got to be near the line of scrimmage, playing forward, where, like, against Tampa, it's like, oh, I'll just sit way back here and play forward.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a different thing.
I mean, that was a team that I think I said it all weekend as people were asking me, going, on paper, the Cowboys should trounce them. I mean, this is a team that was barely in the playoffs, below 500, had no right to host a football game.
Yep.
So,
But there were a lot of skeletons that they had, demons that they had to exercise
No doubt.
in doing that, and they did. Now, am I typical Cowboys fan? Like, here we go. No, it's a wait and see.
I'm
always
a little bit more optimistic.
You're feeling it.
I got to be optimistic about this. I said last week, dude, if Dak wins this game, road playoff game, even if it's against a bad team, it's an away game on grass against Tom Brady. If you win that game, you get the belt. And Dak got the belt. Maybe the best game he's ever played, particularly under the circumstances.
I'd agree with that.
I'll go with you on that one.
Troy
agree with
Aikman said it, and if Troy Aikman says it, I'm going to buy it.
I mean, the guy's got his own beer. You gotta believe him.
Dak, give him his flowers. That was awesome.
Yeah.
The defense,
Oh, yeah.
give them their flowers. The 49ers are a completely different ball of wax. You ain't going to beat them. You're not going to be up 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns against them.
No.
But do you have enough to stay with them? Oh, I think you absolutely do.
They have to do what they did against Tampa, plus they have to make their field goals at extra points.
Yeah. Talking to you, Maher.
They've got to play almost flawless football. Can they do it? Sure. Will they? Who the fuck knows?
I don't think it has to be flawless football.
I don't either, buddy.
It's got to be close.
My problem with my boys is you look at what they did against the Seahawks.
Your boys being the 49ers.
My boys being the 49ers, not the boys. Yes. That first half, it was like their defense went to sleep on those 2 drives, and that's what scares me. Now, they came out in the second half, and their defense was like, oh, we can't be doing this. And they turned it up. They got their strip sack, and then the wheels came off of the Seahawks. Now, can they do that? Can they fall asleep against the Cowboys? Maybe not.
There were some similarities between the way the 49ers won and the way the Cowboys won. Because we seem to forget now, but the Cowboys started on Monday night looking like a pile of turd.
Yeah. Two 3-and-outs.
2 3-and-outs.
Like, here we go.
Did not look great on defense. It was a little sketchy, right? And then all of a sudden they turned it on.
Mm-hmm.
The 49ers were having problems with Seattle.
I don't know if it was problems with Seattle. I think it was Brock Purdy getting his sea legs. He looked shaky on those first couple of drives, and that was scaring me. And then he settled in and decided, I'm just a cog in a machine.
He is a very good player, but he's not great. It's not like he's perfect.
Right.
I mean, if we're putting him against Dak, I mean, Dak has a higher upside than Purdy. And Purdy does his job, don't get me wrong, but they never throw over the top. They do not throw the deep ball, the 49ers, that is.
They don't have to.
And they don't have to. So if the Cowboys, one of the things that the Cowboys are really good at defensively is being opportune, right? I mean, we saw it against Tampa Bay. The interceptions, they make a difference. The pressure on the quarterback, it makes a difference. And if you can't stretch the Cowboys defense vertically and they get to play really, truly in one direction toward the line of scrimmage, dude, I don't dislike Dallas's chances in this game.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen Brock Purdy have to win a game, go downfield, go to the outs. He hasn't had to do that, so we don't know, can he do that? My guess is he can.
Has he been pressured yet?
He hasn't been pressured
because
yet.
they showed a list of the teams he's beaten, and he's 6-0, which is amazing.
And they've been cupcakes. I mean, let's be honest.
They've been shitty teams.
Yep.
But they've trounced those shitty teams.
Yeah. Like they're supposed to, right?
And shut them down. And the Seahawks...
Am I talking you guys into it? All of a sudden, you guys sound kind of like me. Like I like Dallas's chances.
No, I don't like Dallas's chances.
Well,
I'm being realistic.
You're a 49er fan. I'm looking at you, Richard. Am I talking you into it a little bit?
I'm ride or die.
Okay.
But I got to see it. Because it's been 30 fucking years, Jeff.
Yes.
I had a lot more hair.
I remember.
It wasn't great.
I remember you win and you remember me win.
Right.
We are a lot different now than we were in 1992.
Oh, boy. Piss and vinegar.
Long
time.
I think they can do it in San Francisco. I really do.
They just have to play close to perfect. You say they don't have to play perfect. They have to play opportunistic and not turn the ball over.
One of the things that came out, and I agree with that 100. One of the things that came out of the Tampa Bay win for the Cowboys that we saw glimpses of during the season, but not consistently, was the use of the tight ends, particularly Schultz, Dalton Schultz. That is their weapon.
Yeah.
Okay. And somehow it disappears certain games for the Cowboys, and I'm not necessarily sure why, because Dalton Schultz is always available.
Right.
And he's same dude every week.
Right.
Can you do it like that? What you did against Tampa Bay with your tight ends against a defense as good as the 49ers? I don't know. But I would be trying for that.
Does Bosa play left D end or right D end? I think that matchup, whoever we get on him, is fucking crucial.
Yeah.
And Peters is out.
Is he out?
He fucked his hip up, and he's our age.
Yeah.
So they slid. They went back to Band-Aid number 2. So they've got the rookie playing left tackle where he deserves to play because he's played unfucking believable. Yeah. They got McGovern back in at guard.
Yep.
Because they had him at left guard.
That's right.
And
they played part of the season in the same lineup.
And it's good. And Tyrone is at right.
Yeah.
Tackle.
It's not so bad.
And the
They've
one
done this before.
the one thing that scares me about the Cowboys offense with relation to how they're going to match up against the San Francisco defense is San Francisco may be weak at safety in their deep secondary.
We can go over the top,
And you
especially
can.
now with the
You-
addition
you can
of
with those guys.
Ty.
love watching him.
Ty.
Like he is he's fresh.
Ty was miscast in Indianapolis for his last 3 years.
Yeah.
They wanted him to be a number one. Like, catch everything, dude. Go be,
He's not big enough.
No.
Fucking dude's
No.
our size.
No. He's a burner
Right.
who catches deep crosses and go routes really well.
Yep.
That's what he does. Stretches fields vertically. And I mean, he was drafted in the fantasy world for the last 3 years like he was a number one. Not a number one. But as your 3 and as your vertical spacer, he's really good at that.
And then you see Gallup popping up like he popped up.
And I think that that's because of Ty. Right?
And you've got to leave somebody.
Yeah.
Right.
And as much as we said all season long, it's run, 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 run.
Play action pass.
Don't get enamored by the explosive play. I almost think this is the game where you're going to need the explosive play because I think the 49er defense is going to shut down everything short. If you're going to beat the 49ers offensively, it's going to beat them
Go to the
downfield.
top.
You have to beat them downfield.
Sketchy finish to the Cowboys game.
Which part?
Just defense got a little loose. Offense got a little loose.
Curse got hurt.
Yeah.
He goes out. They say he's going to be back. Our safeties have been
It's been great.
lifesavers.
Yep.
So that's when they scored that first touchdown. And then you've got
Garbage time. You're not worried about it?
Garbage.
no,
Okay,
It's
it just
2
reminded-
minute. It's 2-minute drill
Okay.
with Tom Brady.
It just reminded me of like you go to a great restaurant, you have like 3 great courses, and then the dessert is crap. Right? It's like,
Well,
it
in
just
this
left
case,
me with a little bit of a weird taste.
the appetizers were cold.
Yes.
The salad was good. The main
This-
was good. And the dessert was a s'more.
But the steak was supreme, wasn't it?
Juicy.
No, I'm really proud of the Cowboys. Going quickly through the rest of the weekend, 49ers we covered, kind of did their thing, but a little bit sketchy at the beginning against Seattle. The Jaguars come back.
Oh my God! What
I didn't
the hell
get
was
to see the game.
What
Was
was?
it
Yeah,
awesome?
you were in Marfa. I forgot.
Yeah.
It was incredible. And it was incredible. What I mean is I couldn't believe how bad the Chargers had to screw up in the second half to lose this game.
Because they were winning 27-7.
27-0.
Nothing.
What the?
Well, I mean, what I don't understand is we are 3 days into this week after that loss, and they haven't fired Staley yet. What are you doing calling only 8 rushes in the second half?
They only called 7. They had 8 only because the quarterback snuck one. But there was literally 7 called rushes in the second half.
When you're up by 27, you're not playing the other team, you're playing the clock.
And yes, and here's the other. Thank you for bringing that up. That's the other thing you missed not seeing it. The Chargers, the whole third quarter, were snapping the ball with 20 seconds, 16 seconds left on the play clock.
Parked up bus.
What are you doing? Like, you have to run it down to 10 on every down. I mean, I understand maybe you break the huddle early, but you have to get to the line of scrimmage and then kill clock.
Right.
Because you have this lead, and it was like they kept playing fast. All of a sudden, these 3 and outs are taking less than a minute, right?
Yeah.
And you're just giving up your opportunity to win the football game.
And hats off to Peterson and the Jaguars to settle down Lawrence after he threw a hat trick of picks in the first quarter,
Yeah.
another one in the second quarter, and then he settled down.
He's the real deal, man. And Justin Herbert, look, I still believe in Justin Herbert, but he needs new people around him. And I mean new people to throw to, because Keenan Allen is a shell of himself. He can't shake anybody. His coaching staff stinks. I'm with you, Bob, that Brandon Staley hasn't been fired after what he did in Week 18 playing Mike Williams, who didn't play this game, Richard. Remember last week?
Yeah.
We talked about whether or not he'd be in, and like that could be a deal changer. Well, he didn't play, and they missed him. They missed the big physical guy that could, post up for 7 yards, right?
Right.
Like, they didn't have it. Brandon Staley, honest to God, I cannot believe he still has a job today. And they fired
their offensive coordinator,
OC.
which says either one of 2 things for me.
Okay.
The one option is you're keeping Staley, which is probably not the best decision in the world. Or 2, we're going to clear the decks offensively on our coaching staff so that Sean Payton can come in and do whatever the heck he damn well wants.
Do you think he wants to go to that?
I
Team?
have to tell you,
He's a quarterback whisperer.
ownership wise, no. City wise, because there's no Chargers fans in LA, no.
Right.
But I do get to live in Los Angeles. The stakes are a little low because expectations, they just don't have any for
Right.
the Chargers.
Right.
And I get Herbert. Look, there's
Mhm.
already 5 coaching vacancies in the NFL. And you tell me if any of these 5 are better than the Los Angeles Chargers. Houston,
Nope.
Arizona,
Nope.
Kyler Murray.
Kyler
Anyone?
Murray is
I'm just
dinged
anyone?
up,
Anyone?
hurt, injured. Nope.
Anyone
He's
buying
too-
any Kyler
no.
Murray
He's
stock?
too
Not
fragile.
anymore.
Me neither.
He's
Like,
too
not
little.
anymore.
I'll take Herbert every single day and twice on Sunday.
Go play
So,
baseball.
The Colts.
Nah.
No thanks.
No.
Denver.
Trade for Aaron Rodgers, get Russell Wilson out there, maybe, but I don't think that's attractive for Sean Payton.
Is it a package deal for Sean Payton if you bring Tom Brady to Denver? Does that sound interesting to you? If it's a package deal like that?
Tom Brady hasn't played that well in the cold. Denver is cold.
He also won a bunch in New England. Just pointing that out.
When he was much, much younger.
But it's still a versus Herbert for a decade thing.
Yeah.
I'm
go,
still with the Chargers.
go Coach Herbert.
And here's your last.
Yeah.
Here's your last of the 5 head coaching vacancies that we have so far, because there's likely to be more. Carolina,
See, I've heard that's what he's most intrigued by.
soft division.
He could show up.
Yeah.
And win. He can draft his own quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still hoping he
I-
goes
I-
to Dallas.
I honestly think it's the Chargers. And if the Chargers are too cheap to fire Staley and pay him, then get out of the league. Like, you have the perfect situation at your fingertips. You've got a franchise quarterback and an available head coach who's established. If you don't pull the plug on a terrible head coach who screwed up week 18 by playing your 3rd best player in a meaningless football game, completely meaningless, and then goes to the playoffs and screws up after a almost 4 touchdown lead, for God's sakes, at halftime, by not taking the clock down under 15 on every single play. Dude, you don't deserve to coach in the NFL. I can't believe he has his job. And I'm not the guy who every single time says fire the coach. This is just an egregious mistake.
And remember one thing also about Sean Payton is that the Saints are getting back some draft picks.
Right.
They still hold his contractual rights. So whoever picks up
You have to
Payton's
trade
got to
for
give
him.
stuff for him.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Sunday, I was surprised at how the Dolphins played
There we go. That's the next game.
with
Yeah.
Skylar Thompson.
The Bills barfed.
Yeah.
I mean, they left a big, huge turd on their home field.
They're vulnerable.
Yeah, they are. They are. And it's Josh Allen, of all people, who seems to be their weak spot. Like, he's just not being clutch.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
not making the plays.
That's kind of one of those things where I've heard a few people talk about it. You play your divisional opponent differently. You're not playing a team that you haven't seen for 2 or 3 years. You're not scared. The Dolphins aren't scared of the Bills. They're not scared of going on the road. So they're not going to play him with any awe.
But
So
what
they
did-
played him straight up.
But what did you think of the fact that Josh Allen wasn't himself? Like, where were the Josh Allen scramble runs for 7 yards to pick up important first downs?
I think that is Josh Allen.
But they weren't there the other day.
No. I think he is very prone to those types of games.
He just forgot what his meat and potatoes are. The reason Josh
He's
Allen,
inconsistent.
the reason Josh Allen is terrifying is he's like Lamar Jackson light. I mean, he can run over your defensive backs on the edge and get you 8-9 yards.
He's way bigger than Lamar.
Yeah, just size wise, and obviously not as fast. But
yeah, and at
but
least
he's a-
Josh Allen is represented by real representatives.
Oh God,
And not his
we'll get
mommy.
to we'll get to you, Lamar. We'll get to you. No, Josh Allen was a mess.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
Bills' defense, if you're going to give up 300 yards to Skylar Thompson, I don't think you
What's
can be really.
Cincinnati gonna do to you?
Yeah,
I think Cincinnati's going to the Super Bowl again.
thank you.
They're going to the Super Bowl.
I think so
again.
too. I think
Yep.
so too.
And
They
they're
can-
going to play the winner of Cowboys 49ers.
I think that's probably right.
Right now!
Did you just throw the gauntlet down in the middle
Right
of the show?
now!
I
I
think he's
did
right.
not see the apex of our show coming right that
I
second.
think he's right.
I
think
just
he's
felt
right.
it. It just came to me.
I think he's
The
right.
Holy Spirit. Woo!
Yeah, I mean the Giants handled the
Good
Vikings.
for
That
them.
was kind of a
Good for them. Good story.
Kirk did Kirk Cousins things.
Oh my God, is there anything more Kirk Cousins than having the entire game on the line and a 4th and 8 and
show
throwing
4
for
yards?
4? I mean, is there anything like that is you, Kirk Cousins?
That's the book. You open up the book, and that's the page one.
That's all I have to say about that whole stupid game.
Next question.
By the way, sorry, one more thing. Danny Dimes, kind of scary. Josh
Yeah.
Allen light. Josh
Yeah.
Allen, like
Here's what-
decaf Josh Allen.
Here's why I can't take him seriously. If you look at the guy, he's got a fucking cross-eye.
He does a little bit.
Anybody
He
that's
does
got
a little bit.
cockeye,
Hey, look over here.
hey,
oh, I mean over
hey.
here.
Yeah, he's
Oh, you got them both covered.
once in a while those eyes will line up. He'll get a good pass in, but he's already hamstrung with those cockeyed.
Best quarterback rating about the last 7 or 8 weeks, and the dude has no weapons.
I know. It's sort of amazing.
That's scary. He has no weapons.
Name a Giants wide receiver.
I think they traded him off.
No, seriously, it's really, really hard.
Yeah, David Tyree.
And then
No.
I mean,
No, he's not there anymore.
No.
and then talking about
Cruz.
No,
he's not there anymore?
yeah, what was his name who did the dance?
Yeah, he had a really nice salsa.
Yeah.
and going to your Bengals, if the Ravens don't make an absolutely stupid ass quarterback sneak call to go over the pile and give up a 98-yard
true.
fumble
Guys,
touchdown,
Guys, they could be in. They were in trouble.
Yeah.
And you know me, I was rooting for the Bengals real hard. I don't know why I've latched onto that team over the last couple of years, but I just have.
Because Shiesty's awesome.
I think that's part of it. And my son, for some reason, loves the Bengals. I think it's the cool stripes on the helmets. I have never. So I was watching that game and I was worried. I mean, not just worried that they weren't going to cover the points
Were they
because I
gonna
had a
lose?
lot of money on that. I was worried they weren't going to win the damn game.
and
I have
you were
never
on the
seen,
line against Huntley.
I've never seen
Huntley.
Yeah, who like can't throw a forward pass.
Yeah.
I've never seen a 14-point play. But that was a 14-point play.
Yeah.
What are you doing going over the pile? If they're stacking the box, you go outside. If they're stacking the outside, you do a sneak, but you go under.
Sure.
You don't put the ball up in the air.
Especially if you're 5'11". I mean, I could see if you're Big Ben, you want to go over the top, or you're Lamar, you want to go over the top, but he's 5'11". You're not going over the top.
And the best part of that play was the defensive lineman who the ball falls into his hands,
Hubbard.
and you could see him just for a second go,
Holy Moses, is
what the
this
hell just happened?
baby Jesus just fell into my arms?
And he could move, too.
He kind of did.
Yeah, he looked good.
No whining on the block in the back, right?
No,
That's
no.
not a block. Yeah, I agree. I'm with you on that. So you're rewind this back. Cincinnati, winner of what'd you say? Tell me one more time.
Cincinnati's in the Super Bowl representing the AFC 2 years in a row.
So
And their NFC opponent will either be your Dallas Cowboys or Bob's San Francisco 49ers. I'm not worried about Philly. And I'll tell you why.
give it to me.
Because he hasn't been playing. I think there has to be some sort of continuity going into these games.
Yeah, for Hurts.
And that's another issue where you're playing that team for the third time,
Yeah, and we always play those guys tight.
and you're not afraid of them.
Regardless.
But the Giants, I think he's speaking to the Giants.
Oh.
The Giants.
No,
are
I am
also a
speaking to the
divisional.
Giants.
There are 3 NFC East teams alive.
That's unbelievable.
It is.
Because usually we are the garbage festival.
Hey,
Now-
the daggum Redskins weren't far from being a 4th.
Nope.
Now, generally, home teams playing that third game generally are the winners. I think they're 13-4 in
Really?
playoff record. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, the odds are on Philadelphia's favor. I mean, Jalen Hurts, and they do have weapons, but I don't know.
Richie,
take a couple shots at that shoulder.
I feel you on continuity, and
Yeah.
it's not been there, obviously, because Hurts has been out. I also want to remind everybody that the Giants are an especially simple team. Like, they are run the football. It was exactly what I said last week. Run the football with Saquon, and then Danny Dimes, can you run it for 7 to 9 yards and pick us up some first downs? And they did that, and that's why they won. Philadelphia's defense is better than Minnesota's. Minnesota was the worst defense in the league, sans Detroit, this last season. Like, Philadelphia, if their defense just plays the way they normally do, New York can't score 20. And the weapons Philadelphia has, A.J. Brown, Sanders, look, Hurts, if his legs are working, you're not going to hold them under 20, even if they are like, off schedule because they're not in sync. You're not going to hold them under 20. I think Philadelphia's winning this game. The line, by the way, I guess we'll start here.
Yeah, we can start here.
Eagles -7.5.
I'm taking the Giants in the points.
It's-
I think they very, very well may lose, but it's going to be close.
Yep.
It's going to be close.
I
I'm-
agree with Bob.
I'm going to be playing Eagles money line. I'm not giving 7.5 points. I cannot give up a touchdown. But I do think the Eagles win this game just because New York is simple. By the way, good job by the Giants just getting here.
Yeah,
I mean-
that coach is cool.
Yeah, he is. It's kicking off the weekend, Saturday at 3:30. Jags at Kansas City. Kansas City favored by 8.5.
They cover.
Kill them.
I don't know if they kill him, but I think they beat him by 10.
Problem with the Chiefs is they don't cover anybody anymore. They don't cover the lines.
No,
anymore.
they don't.
Like,
They're horrible.
They're really bad at it. They have these huge lines, and they do win these games, but they
just don't
don't beat
cover
them
the
by
spread.
11 like they're supposed to, you know? Or in this game, 8.5. I mean, look, I think there's some Jags choke factor that could come into this
Yeah.
because the Jags absolutely choked in the first half last week.
If you throw 4 picks against KC, you're losing by 10.
Yeah, they're not going to give up 27 to you
No.
straight.
Because they can score so easily.
Yeah.
Kansas City Chiefs are 7-10 against the spread this season.
Yeah. And I feel like it's gotten worse later in the season. I feel
They
like
keep people in games.
they do. And there's some backdoor covers. So I'll be playing Kansas City money line on this with a lot, but there's no way I'm giving 8.5.
Yep, give me the
Because
Jaguars and the points.
I don't trust the Chiefs to cover 8.5. Next down the list, Cincinnati at the Bills. You know, if Cowboys 49ers, if you didn't love the 49ers and if we didn't love the Cowboys, this is your game of the weekend.
Yeah.
I actually think this is the game of the weekend.
Agreed.
For everybody who's not a fan of these
I-
two teams, I think it is.
I think Sunday is going to be a great day of football.
Yeah, it is.
The Bengals and the Bills. I don't know why that line is so much other than the Bills are at home. I take the underdog in this game too and give me the points.
No doubt about it.
What
Give me Cincinnati
What's the line?
money line,
5.5. 4.5. You're saying
I have
4.5.
You have 5.5.
Yeah,
I
ESPN is
imagine you
reporting
can shop
5.5.
around between those numbers.
Favorite vendors?
Yes, bro. I'm on money lines this week. I'll take Cincinnati to win this game straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't give me no points. Right? I'll take the plus 260. Absolutely.
All day.
Yeah, Cincinnati's better than the Bills right this second. They can run the football. The Bills' rush offense has actually improved a lot. But man, Josh Allen is just not himself. And then wrapping it up, Cowboys at 49ers. 49ers 3.5-point favorites.
And that line's been moving around quite a bit.
Has it?
Yeah.
Where have you seen it go up?
I mean,
to
I've
or down
seen it
to?
up at 4.5. Right now, ESPN is reporting 4. You're seeing 3.5.
Yep.
And I don't know whether that's, insane Cowboys fans betting their team.
Down. Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on there. But hey, 49ers are 8-1 at home this year. Cowboys are 4-4 on the road. I
So-
mean, I am not going to bet my head on this at all. I am betting my heart 100%. Give me the 49ers and I'll lay whatever you want.
Cowboys money
Okay,
line.
if you give me 13,
Fuck you.
I'm on the money line again, man.
okay,
I'm all money lines this week.
I like that play.
I'll just take the Cowboys
Yeah.
straight up to win. Why not? Look, if you're betting these games, and this is like historically true, if you're betting underdogs in the playoffs, you have to believe that team can win,
Yeah.
not just cover.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are doing that, then you would like Cincinnati, you would like Dallas, you would not like the Jaguars to cover,
No.
and you would not like the Giants to cover, unless you think the
Ooh.
Giants can win the football game.
I do think the Giants can win that game.
Okay. I don't. I think we've forgotten how good the Eagles are when they're whole. And
But we don't know if they're whole.
Meh.
I think we can safely say Jalen Hurts is going to be.
Have you seen him throw it down the field?
No,
Though-
obviously not.
Though he is off the injury list, he's not even being listed as questionable anymore. He
Because
is
they
off
have
the
to
injury
they
list.
have to play him.
And he was a full participant in practice.
Yeah, but when I saw him participating in practice, he was throwing little checkdowns to running backs.
That's before he was fully recovered from the shoulder.
It'd be interesting to see.
I think this bye really helped the Eagles.
Yeah, I do too. But nobody knows what they got. They could be rusty.
It could be.
And if you get down by 14, does that scare you?
I just don't think the Giants can put up 14 fast. If they were going against a team that really could,
Cowboys.
yeah, Cowboys, even if you cross conferences, Cincinnati or Kansas City or somebody, that would be worrisome because I think you can. It's probably smart money to play the Eagles under whatever their first half point total is, right? They're going to take a minute back in the saddle to figure things out. But eventually they got to find it, right?
Yeah.
And they're just more talented, top to bottom, than the Giants are. What are you looking up, Bob?
I'm looking up the first half over under.
Oh, that's smart. That's your bet.
No, Philadelphia is -4 at the half. Under 23, over under 23.5. I would take that under. I think that game is going to be tight. And then turnovers, weird shit's going to happen. Yeah, the Eagles have better talent, but I think this is a divisional game. Weird shit's going to happen, then it gets blown out in the second half. Something weird happens.
Smart bet is something like under on the first half, Eagles to win overall in a parlay. Yeah. That's probably what I'm going to play. Now that I think about it out loud.
No, except a parlay is a stupid bet. It's for the house.
Oh no, I play those all the time. They're great.
Yeah, a little.
My Bengals Cowboys parlay worked out pretty good. Actually, it was a teaser.
Ask Eddie the next time you're in a golf cart with him about parlays.
Oh well, Eddie doesn't know what he's doing anyway. Feel like you guys are putting the 49ers Cowboys winner into the Super Bowl and forgetting about Philadelphia.
I am not.
We'll see. No one's forgetting about Philadelphia, Jeff. But we hadn't seen them play in so long. We don't know what we're going to get.
Yeah.
And
now when we meet again next week, maybe we're like, fuck. It's Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And they're going to win the whole thing.
Yeah. And
maybe. But there's a real good chance that they don't have their shit together.
Now, then on the flip side, AFC, like we're talking about Cincinnati Bills being, de facto that the winner goes to the Super Bowl, they're still going to have to play Kansas City and maybe go through Kansas City if you're Cincinnati. You'd have to play on the
Cincinnati
road.
right now has won 3 in a row against KC.
You're absolutely right. They seem to have their number.
They have their number for whatever reason, and now it's hard to win 4 in a row, but I don't put anything against Shicey.
I don't either,
because the dude is stone fucking cold.
He sure is.
Dudes want to be him. Girls want to get with him.
I don't know if the second part of that is true.
You don't think he's good with the ladies?
Oh, I'm sure he's doing just fine, but like he's not exactly like a looker.
Who fucking
kind of got a lazy eye?
It's he doesn't have Daniel Jones eye. That dude's got a fucking cockeyed.
Holy crap! Have y'all looked up Tom Brady's new girlfriend?
You showed me a picture.
Yeah.
For our listening,
how does he have the time?
For our listening,
he's
audience,
got staff that just
look it up right now.
What's her name?
It's like Victoria.
You
Rajak.
already asked if you could be on her Insta page.
Oh, I wouldn't even know how to find that.
DM the shit out of her.
She is. Holy Moses.
Where's your boy at?
Unbelievable.
Veronica Raj. Holy shit.
Rajak. Yeah. Yeah.
I want to be that teddy bear.
Say the real reason that you love her.
Well, she wears a Star David necklace.
There it is.
I mean, come on. But they happen to be, and really, anyway.
Those are real.
That's real good.
That Star of David is very well framed. Very well framed.
All right, boys and girls, enjoy this football weekend, and we'll be back with you next week. Come on, Cowboys.
Show me something.
For real.
How y'all feel out there? Do you feel good? I said, do you feel good? Come on. The groove feel good when it